Rise and grind, push the line. It's your boy Jay from the K, back with another Triple M. Let's dig in. Okay, imagine this. You wake up, you jump out of bed, and you go out and you get the bag, and it's so easy. It's not, you don't have to go punch the clock. Um, um, you're traveling, you're spending time the way you want to spend time, you're living life the way you want to live life by your own rules. Man, don't that sound good? What? Some people are living like that. Why are you not living like that? Okay. The difference between people who live like that and people who don't live like that is that those two different people have a different outlook about themselves. Okay. One of those people realize the gifts and talents they have, the skills that they possess. The other person hasn't realized that. So they're a workhorse. They go to work, they go to the job, they're just there for the paycheck, right? And so this has nothing to do with who they are. Well, the other person is, this is who I am. I'm making this money because I'm doing what I do. And so I'm getting paid to be me, really. You know what I'm saying? So that's everybody can live like that. That's the American dream, right? So how do we do that? Well, the first thing is we need to be able to identify our talents. We all have some sort of talent, but somebody right now is a waitress working at a restaurant, but has some serious pipes on them. You know what I mean? Could be the next Michael Jackson or the next Selena, you know, um, but haven't really realized that that is not just a dream, but that's an actual talent that can produce the life that they want to live, right? Um, some of us don't have those type of talents that are readily identifiable. Some of us have skills that are more practical, right? And so for that, we would have to do a skills assessment and figure out what those skills are. And then once we figure out all those skills that we possess, we have to go through and mine through those skills and figure out what skill or skills I like to do. You know, I perform these skills so easily, and I get enjoyment and pleasure out of doing these skills, right? And not only that, it just feels like these skills are a part of who I am, right? And then once we've done the assessment of our skills, we've also identified our talents, then we have to move into looking at time management, right? Because now I know that I have this talent and I have these skills. How do I perfect these things? How do I invest more time into them? Well, that may require getting up earlier than I normally would, or staying up later than I normally would, to put a couple hours into that. You know what I mean? They say time is money. So if time is money, how much time have you tricked off? How much money have you let pass? Right? And so people who are wealthy or business owners, who are successful, they manage their time. Time is so important to them. You know what I mean? You have to schedule time to sit down and talk to Bill Gates, and you're only going to get a certain amount of time. This man has his phone calls scheduled. You know what I mean? That's how time, that's how important time is to this person, right? Because he understands that time is money. You know what I mean? So when it becomes that valuable to you, you start to look at things differently. So yeah, you go to work and you give them 8 hours, and then you start to say to yourself, if I gave them 8 hours, I need to give myself at least 4 hours. You know what I mean? If I give them 40 hours a week, I got to figure out a way to give myself 41 hours a week. You dig? Because that's the only way it's ever going to change. Otherwise, you're still going to be locked into doing the things that you don't like to do or that you don't feel are innate to you, right? Um, and maybe there's other ways to find those skills and those talents. Maybe you can look back and say, that one time you volunteered for the Red Cross, you really enjoy doing that and you look forward to doing it every year. but you work in, the restaurant. So maybe you would be happier if you were a nurse at the Red Cross, or, you know, a social worker or something like that. You know what I mean? You have to figure out, these are the things that I love to do, I'm passionate about, and then you have to, the final thing you want to do is, once you've identified your talents and you've done that skills assessment, and you figured out how to manage your time so you can invest into that more, then you have to monetize it, okay? Then you can make money off of it, right? You can make your livelihood surround that thing. And then you have that dream life where you wake up and you're not miserable. You're happy to get up and go and do what you got to do, because you're just being you at this point. And it's not hard to be you. You know what I mean? Shouldn't you be compensated for being you? You're valuable. You are a product. Your skills and your talents and all that, that makes you a product. So once you productize yourself, you sell yourself. You know what I mean? You should be able to do that. We all should. We all should be able to do that. That's the American dream. Okay. So I'm not telling anyone to quit their jobs, because that'll be dumb. Don't do that. Keep that job, but just maybe, once you've identified your talents and your skills, and you've put some time into it to perfect that, maybe you could take that back to your job, test it out there, and see, man, I really am good at this, because while you're doing that, I'm pretty sure your boss will notice, man, they performing a lot better than they were. You know what I mean? You're gonna stand out, and that may cause you to get a promotion. It may cause you to get a raise. You know, it may cause you to become more valuable to the company. And you might find yourself a home. Things will change once you start to um, realize that value you had that we talked about recently. Okay, and so this week, let's focus on that. Let's focus on our skills and our talents, and let's think about ways we can productize it and monetize our skills. Okay. All right. So push the line. We're gonna come back again next week with another Triple M. I'm gonna hit y'all with something else this week too. So just stay tuned. But until we see each other again, be blessed.